I know, Apple has enough people defending them and I don't need to hop on the bandwagon. But with the launch of the most recent iPad and their decision to add yet another dongle into people's lives, I think they deserve at least a partial defense. Let me explain. Let's start off with the facts. Back in November of 2015, Apple released the Apple Pencil. It had a lightning port on one end to charge and pair your pencil, and otherwise connected over Bluetooth. It was a good stylus for the iPad. At launch, it cost $99. 3 years later, in 2018, they released the second generation of the Apple Pencil. As the iPad Pro moved away from a lightning port, a change to the Apple Pencil just made sense. This Apple Pencil magnetically connected to the side of the iPad to charge, rather than having any physical port. It has touch-sensitive areas to perform actions in apps, and it also has a new, flat style so it can't roll off your table. Well, I say new, but this pencil was introduced 4 years ago, so it's not exactly new at this point. It has a slightly higher price of $129. It's definitely a better pencil, and it's the one compatible with all USB-C iPads. Until now. With the 10th generation iPad, Apple moved their entry-level iPad from a lightning port to USB-C. With that change, you might expect that they would move it to the second generation Apple Pencil as well. After all, even that second generation Apple Pencil is 4 years old at this point. But they didn't. Instead, people who buy the 10th generation iPad are stuck with the first generation Apple Pencil from 2015. But there's a problem. That only has a lightning connector, and you have to connect the pencil to the iPad in order to pair it. The solution is a new adapter. The Apple Pencil has always come with a lightning to lightning adapter, so after you pair your pencil with the iPad, you can just connect it to the normal lightning cable to avoid the fragile combination of iPad and pencil. Now, the Apple Pencil also comes with a USB-C to lightning adapter, so you can connect your pencil to the iPad through its cable. It's a bit of a silly solution. Why not just make the new iPad compatible with the second generation Apple Pencil? Well, I've seen plenty of people speculate that it's because the new landscape camera takes up the room that would be necessary to add the magnets and charging components for that pencil. That's certainly plausible, but I can't confirm it's definitely that case. Besides, Apple designed the new iPad. If they wanted to make room for this new Apple Pencil, they could have made small compromises elsewhere to make room, but they didn't. And I think a big part of that could be a very specific part of the entry-level iPads market. These entry-level iPads see widespread use in schools. They aren't the fastest or the best that Apple can offer, but for about $400, students can have a large personal touchscreen device to use to access online assignments, read, and do their work. We can save the discussion on the use of iPads or other computers in schools for another day. The point is, they're pretty common. Some of the schools also use Apple Pencils, and we all know that public schools aren't exactly the most up-to-date with their technology. When they do update, however many years late that may be, the more seamless the upgrade, the better. If Apple suddenly dropped support for the first-gen Apple Pencil on entry-level iPads, schools who do upgrade would be left with a bunch of now useless pencils to deal with selling, or more likely, letting them sit in some closet somewhere for a few years until they get thrown out. Apple's solution was to just stick with the same old pencil, add a new dongle to the box on the first-gen Apple Pencil sold, and offer the adapter for $10 for anyone who already has a pencil. Schools who upgrade, or people who already own an Apple Pencil, will certainly appreciate not having to spend another $130 after buying their iPad to get a compatible pencil if all they want is a simple stylus. So, in many ways, this is actually a pro-consumer move by Apple. The one thing that could have turned this from a bit of a PR loss for Apple into a major win would be supporting both the old first generation Apple Pencil and the newer second generation pencil. If Apple had quietly released a USB-C to Apple Pencil adapter, but added second generation support to the new iPad, we wouldn't have seen nearly the amount of social media stir. That would have let those who want the improved experience of the new Apple Pencil update, while those who are already happy can stick with the pencil they already have. Now, I think the perfect time for this $10 adapter to be released would have been several years ago, as they released the iPad Pro with USB-C. Admittedly, that could have cannibalized some of their second generation Apple Pencil sales, but it would have been a win for consumer choice and minimizing e-waste. There's also one more part of the story that could explain why Apple didn't prioritize second generation Apple Pencil support and instead used a dongle with the first gen pencil. And that's a rumored $50 Apple Pencil codenamed Marker. Now, this is only a rumor, so definitely take all of this with a grain of salt. But Apple is rumored to have been creating a smaller and cheaper Apple Pencil that would be compatible with iPhones as well. It was supposed to be released with the iPhone 14, apparently, but was cancelled. If it was created, it would have lacked an internal battery and the pressure sensing technology of other Apple Pencils in exchange for that much lower price tag and compatibility with the iPhones. If the rumor is true, they could have marketed that cheaper Apple Pencil as the companion to the 10th gen iPad instead of the old Apple Pencil with an adapter. Still, I don't think this $10 adapter is such a big deal, especially when put in the context of the educational market. What do you think? If you use an Apple Pencil with your iPad, has this compatibility limit changed which iPad you plan to go with? Let me know in the comments down below and subscribe to the channel for more from 9 to 5 Mac.